Hello, everyone. Welcome to this short chat on National Doctors Day. I'm Karin Stein. I'm Iowa coordinator for Moms Clean Air Force and its Ecomadres program. We are over 1.5 million moms and dads and caretakers around the country. We fight for clean air and for environmental justice. We fight against the climate crisis with the goal of protecting our children and all vulnerable communities. And it is my honor today to introduce to you Dr. Geraldine Luna, who is an internist and geriatric specialist with the Public Health Department of the City of Chicago. Welcome, Dr. Luna.
Thank you for having me, Karen.
So one of the things that we have been talking about a lot at Moms Clean Air Force and taking action, we have been very busy getting petitions together to put pressure on the EPA to strengthen its particulate matter standards. So I would like to ask first to tell us a little bit about the work that you do with the Public Health Department in Chicago, and then we'll get into particulate matter.
Of course, Karen. We, the Department of Public Health, take very seriously what is environmental justice and to maintain an atmosphere, environment that are safe for our community. So one of the things that we're doing is working in collaboration with city partners, with EPA, and also other government environmental agencies that control the quality or bring down those control pollution to ensure the quality of air to our individuals in Chicago. One of the important things that we're doing, very cutting edge, is monitoring. And we do that through the industrial areas, since we regulate in conjunction with these other organizations, air quality and the air impact by pollutants of these places. And all that movement, we can create maps, and those maps can inform individuals as to where the zoning, where the air is more compromised or the quality of air is better when you're choosing where to live, where to locate. But most importantly, those individuals, they can't move, because we know this is our reality for Brown and Blacks community here living in Chicago, is to ensure that we have, as individual of color, minority, the same chance of a safe life here in Chicago, where we can thrive and control diseases, and more importantly, decrease that gap in life expectancy that we see moving into a healthier Chicago 2025.
What you address is fundamentally important, because we know that it's not just in Chicago that Black and Brown communities, in general communities of color, are disproportionately affected by air pollution. It's a nationwide phenomenon, and it's certainly a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, just alone in this country, over 100,000 people die every year from just the inhalation of this particulate matter, the extra small pollutants. So data collection. You mentioned data collection, and I hope you will share with us the map that the health department in Chicago has put together reflecting air quality in the city. But tell me, why is it important to collect data? Why is it not sufficient for me to look out the window and say, oh, it looks clear today and the air smells good? Why do we need data?
Yeah, Karen, that's a very important question, is because when we open the windows and we think we're breathing the best air possible in a beautiful day here in Chicago, we're not aware of those particles that we can't see with a simple eye. And those sensors that we have in industries and other areas that we regulate give us an idea of the impact of these small particles, that they are so small that they can go directly have an impact in chronic conditions. You can inhale those, they go directly into your bloodstream, and they have impact at different organ systems. And this is the important thing, because these particles, air pollutions, are been associated with chronic conditions, not only with asthma, but cardiovascular diseases, other conditions that in the long run will end up killing the individuals if not sufficiently regulated or stop at all from that exposure.
What you say is absolutely true. And now we have available to nonprofits, to indigenous tribes, to a variety of organizations, funds through the EPA, through appropriations that were made available by the Inflation Reduction Act, so that there is more access to air quality monitoring. And perhaps more communities can come up with the maps, such as the one that your public health department has put together. And I think I'm ready for you to share your screen and show us what that looks like.
Here is our map. If you're seeing, Karen, look at the important information. Just to break it down for you, all that green areas are places where the quality of air is superior to those other areas that we see different colors, yellow and red. Red, unfortunately, are the hot spots. That means that the air quality it's incredibly compromised, and that's where we want to work with our communities. If you can see that black lines, those are transited areas. Those are roads, and this is a road map if you see it all. And the other areas are water. The blue zones are water. So we want to make aware of individuals in our community how important it is to look out at where those zonings where the air quality is such compromise or so incredibly compromised. And this is where we want to make aware of individuals for situational awareness and to sit down and make those informed decisions to change the realities on those communities.
Very much so. What you say is we want to fight for change, and we may not have the option to move away from the home that we could afford, or we may not have the option to change a job that happens to be located in an area with bad air quality, but we do have the option to reach out to lawmakers and be informed about the data collection that happens so that we know what we are breathing day in and day out. Dr. Luna, could you tell us, just parting thoughts, what would you, as a physician and just as a civilian, recommend that ordinary citizens listening to this information do? What are our resources?
Of course, if my child or if I'm living in one of these zones and I know that my life expectancy, for example, will be incredibly compromised by the exposure that I have, I will definitely reach out to my electeds, individuals that represent me and represent people that look like me. So that would be a first step. Working in collaboration, the maps that we have, we wish to make them a higher quality. We're working with legislators, law policy makers, and to change those and upgrade or maybe make it more superior the way that we can address and monitor air quality around Chicago. But the most important thing is that if we put our voices out there and work in collaboration with other organizations and policymakers and are elected, for sure we can change regulations and policies around the way that, for example, transited areas are, or the industrial areas, adding more industries to even pollute more of the areas and where I'm living. So those are active actions that I can have and make a difference to my community.
Thank you very much. What you say is important for everybody. Chicago is just one example, but we know that these issues apply nationwide. And if you don't know how to start, feel free to reach out to Moms Clean Air Force and its Ecomadres program. We are here. Our mission is to reach our elected officials precisely with the kind of information that Dr. Luna is talking about. Our elected officials are not just at the national level, they're at the state level, they're at the local level, at the town, at the municipal level. And the right to breathe clean air is everybody's right. Every child, regardless of the migration status of that child, has the right to breathe clean air. And if you don't know where to start, we can help. We can tell you who to talk to, because your voice matters and you can help improve your community, especially now that we have access to grants that put power in the hands of local organizations. Dr. Luna, thank you so much for being here with us today on this National Doctors Day, and I hope to talk to you in the future again. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
I want clean air and water, save our climate, save our earth.